The little girl in this true story is me. I was only 7 at the time this happened, but I still remember every detail. It's Friday, March 22nd, just before midnight. It's freezing outside, but it hasn't snowed in weeks. Mom and I are curled up on the couch in the living room. The Tonight Show with Johnny Carson is on our 19-inch television set. My big brother, Jimmy, is sleeping over his friend Ronnie's, 3 houses down. My other siblings, Jennifer and Jeff, have been asleep in their bedrooms for the last few hours. Dad left for work 20 minutes ago. He works the graveyard shift. Johnny Carson is telling jokes I don't understand. The audience keeps laughing at him, but I don't know why he's so funny. Maybe it's because I'm only 7. In the middle of the monologue, Mom shuts off the television. "Time for bed," she tells me. She turns off the lights and escorts me back to my bedroom. My raggedy pale yellow blanket is dragging behind me. I have had it since I was a baby, and I still can't sleep without it. Halfway down the hallway, the back doorbell rings. It isn't a typical ring. It's frantic and constant. Mom looks at me warily. "What on earth could that be?" she whispers. I shrug my shoulders. "Maybe it's your brother because he forgot something?" Mom asks. A gut feeling tells me it isn't him. "Mom, you wouldn't ring the doorbell like that," I whisper. Something is wrong. The doorbell stops ringing for a moment. It's just enough time for fear to gush through my body as loud, repetitive pounding on the door begins. Someone is outside of our back door. Someone who desperately wants to get in. The pounding on the door grows more aggressive while Mom runs to the window to try and see who the potential intruder is. By the time she arrives, the pounding stops and he is gone. It is silent for only seconds before the same persistent routine begins at the front door. The incessant ringing of the doorbell is followed by violent pounding. It's deafening me. In another attempt to see the person who wants to break into our home, Mom carefully peeks out the front window but has no luck. There is a tall bush next to the front door blocking her view, and she is unable to see anyone. The pounding continues as fear consumes me, cementing my feet to the floor. Every ounce of courage is knocked out of me with each pound on the door. Suddenly, it stops. Once again, Mom peeks out the front window as I stand there quietly watching her. "Oh my God, there he is," Mom whispers, startling me. I walk over to the window to see the person who's producing this much terror in me. He is pacing under the streetlight in front of our house. His blonde, shoulder-length curly hair is sticking out of the hood of his black sweatshirt, but I can't make out his facial features. He is carrying a dark-colored sack in one hand and holding an object in the other. My legs tremble as an eerie silence fills the room. Suddenly, I gasp as he bolts back towards our house. "Janelle, he's coming back!" Mom shrieks. I have never heard such fright in her voice. A loud, terrifying sound breaks the silence. It's a sound similar to heavy bricks being slammed one by one against the back door. I'm overwhelmed with panic as I cover my ears, but the sound only seems to grow louder. "Oh my God, I think he's trying to break the door down. He's gonna get in. He's gonna get in. Go hide in my room right now, Janelle. Now!" But Mom can see that I'm not moving. I'm incapable of it. She comes to my side and quickly guides me back to her room. "Stay here and keep the door closed. I'll be right back," Mom promises. She quietly shuts the door and leaves me alone in her pitch dark room. I am afraid to move, but I know that I need to hide. I have no choice but to ignore my stiff legs and feel around for a hiding place. I end up in the nook between my parents' bed and the wall. The moments I spend here alone in the dark, waiting for my mom's return, paralyze me. It had only been 5 minutes since this terror began, but it felt much longer. The bedroom door creaks open. My hands are sweating because I'm clutching my blanket so tightly. My only thought is that it's him. He hurt Mom, and I'm next. My breath escapes me as sweat beads form around my forehead. Just then, I hear Mom's voice. "Janelle, are you in here?" she whispers. A sigh of relief overcomes me. I gather myself and come out from hiding as Mom turns the light on. "I'm so sorry I left you in here, Janelle. I had to lock the kitchen door just in case he gets in," she tells me. She sits on the bed and dials 911. Her voice is shaking as she explains to the dispatcher that someone is trying to break in. "I thought it was my son playing a prank, but he would never terrorize us like this," she tells the dispatcher. After hanging up the phone, she leaves the room again to go check on my siblings, Jennifer and Jeff. I don't want to be left alone again, so I stand in my parents' doorway. I watch as Mom quietly shuts my baby brother Jeff's bedroom door. Then she goes to shut my 4-year-old sister Jennifer's bedroom door. Hanging on the doorknob is a red Minnie Mouse tote bag. My mom placed it there earlier to not disturb my sister as she slept. Quickly, she tries shoving the tote bag into the room in order to shut the door, but the handle gets caught on the doorknob. It causes the door to slam. "Damn it!" Mom didn't whisper that time. She screamed so loud that it almost echoed down the hallway. She lifts the tote bag off the doorknob, tosses it on the floor, and gently pushes me back into her room. "Janelle, you have to stay here. I have to go wait for the cops, okay? Close the door and lock it, and don't open it until I come back to get you," Mom tells me. "No, Mom, please don't leave me in here," I plead. "The police will be here soon, baby, okay? Close the door and lock it. I promise I'll come back for you," Mom tells me. I don't want to close the door, but I listen. I press my ear up against the door. It's very quiet now, unusually so, considering the last 5 minutes. I keep my ear pressed to the door, clueless as to what is happening on the other side of it. I wait in the bedroom for another agonizing 10 minutes. Suddenly, there is a faint knock at the bedroom door. "Janelle, it's Mom. Open up. The police are here," Mom tells me through the door. I open the door immediately and hug Mom tightly. Mom grabs my hand and we walk together to the front door. She quickly unlocks and opens it, and cold air seeps in, forming goosebumps on my skin. 3 policemen step in and Mom explains what happened. One of the policemen pulls out a book of mugshots for us to look through. I look over her shoulder as she flips through the pages. I don't recognize any of them, and neither does Mom, so she gives a description of the intruder. "Do you think he could have gotten into the house?" one of the policemen asks. "I don't know. The kitchen door was locked, but he may have gotten into the landing, and that leads to the basement," Mom tells him. "He could be hiding down there. We have to go check it out," the policeman suggests. He makes his way downstairs with another policeman. When they reach the basement, I hear things being shuffled around and muffled voices. The 3rd policeman goes to the back door to see the damage that was done. Mom and I sit on the couch together. I'm still shivering, so she pulls a blanket up over me. The cold isn't responsible for causing me to shiver so much anymore. Mom must know I'm still scared, so she pulls me closer to her and reassures me that we are safe. Moments later, the policemen walk back up the stairs. "There's no one down here. He's long gone," I overhear the policeman say. When the 3rd policeman comes back from examining the back door, he has an astonishing look on his face. The door is completely broken off the hinges. Pieces of it are all over your driveway. He had to have been using a crowbar or a sledgehammer for it to create that much damage. He got in the house, but for some reason he ran off. Something could have possibly spooked him. Oh my God. my mom says. My daughter's tote bag. It got caught on the doorknob and caused me to slam the door. It was completely unintentional. I didn't mean to do it, Mom explains. In that moment, we realize that it happened for a reason. Mom pulls me closer to her and kisses my forehead. Ma'am, that's most likely what scared him away. After he got into the house, he probably heard you slam the door, realized there were people here, and took off, the policeman tells us. Well, I guess we can thank Minnie Mouse then for coming to our rescue, right, Janelle? Mom asks. It is the first smile on my face all night. I know it is her way of comforting not just me, but herself, too. As I wonder and worry about the intruder and the possibility of him coming back, I can't help but think that maybe now I can get that dog I've been asking for.